What up, everybody? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah, check us out on YouTube. And right now, we're doing the Golden Age. Yes, this is the story of what happened to the Justice, the JSA, after 1948, after World War II. Yes, and also, it follows up what was the final story until the universe rebooted again and again. Now, this guy is quick. This guy was Johnny Quick. He used to use a formula in order to get himself super speeds, such as the Flash, but he did it scientifically. And he suspects this man Tex, a former hero. The way he walks and talks is different. And now he's laying out his agenda against the Red Menace, where he plans to run in 52 and become the new president of the United States. And he's gathering his troops. 1, the mini Dynamo the Atom. 2, Robot Man, and a new kid, a former sidekick of a hero that fell, TNT, Dunbar, who will be experimented on in order to give America the edge against this new Red Scare, in order to give Tex the leverage that he needs to win. But there's something suspicious about him, as Johnny and Lady Liberty here go on to discuss. And basically at this point, Quick feels jealous. He lost her. She sort of found someone else, and he's been drinking and smoking and drinking and smoking. Meanwhile, they go back to the past and they discuss an experiment he was working on with Starman. A tower that was looking for creatures and things in outer space, but unknowingly was sending out radiation throughout the world. And he thinks this was the cause of the superheroes, because afterwards, all these heroes began to arise out of everywhere. And as they begin to talk about the rubble and wreckage, they have a discussion about what to do next. And of course, Ted tells them that they always have the stars. As Dunbar gets settled into his new area, for the next weeks coming, they're going to be experimenting on him, making him better, making him into America's superhero, Texas superhero. And as the Green Lantern, who owns this massive media company, is listening to one of his DJs talk, his grandson was involved in an accident in Gotham, killing him. And now he finds the Sportsmaster is robbing a bank. Yes, a Sportsmaster, an old school villain. And Green Lantern rushes without his ring to stop him. As you hear bam, 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 the Sportsmaster is having his way with the store, taking whatever he can to get money to find his daughter and to bring her back to him. As Alan Scott jumps valiantly through the window after throwing some newspapers in. And he doesn't have his Green Lantern ring. But does a ring make a hero? Do powers make a hero? Or is it just guts? He points his hand at him and then realizes that he does not have the ring on him. But instead he jumps at him, using the bag of loot to break the baseball bat. They slam into a counter. Alan Scott is relentless. He wants this fight. He just found out his godson died, and he wants vengeance against anybody. Any villain at all. His Sportsmaster stands up, pulling out his gun. He fires a shot off at Alan Scott, who does not have his ring, who is not protected, and ends up getting shot right through the arm. The Sportsmaster scurries off, vowing revenge for cheating him out of the opportunity to get his daughter. The guard says, I failed. And Alan Scott stands there with his own wounds, saying, we're only human. Meanwhile, Tex and some other scientists are beginning an experiment that will change the course of America. It'll change the course of Texas' campaign for president. As a big nuclear explosion goes off. Yes, but this explosion isn't just some mere test. It isn't for some obscure reason or to scare the Russians. No. This test is to grant someone powers. That's what they were experimenting on, that atom. To use his cells, his DNA, in order to make a new hero. A better hero. A stronger hero. An Uberman. A Superman in a lot of different ways. As Tex looks on, he finds that someone broke out of the container. And now, in Alan Pratt's office, someone appears. And it is Johnny Thunder. Now, this guy basically is a guy who has like an electrical genie that does stuff for him. And he has a meeting with the Atom, and the Atom just kind of basically throws him out, saying that he's a weirdo and that they really have no use for him in the government. And this is how much Al Pratt has changed. He was never a trusted member of the JSA. He was too young. They were talking about that earlier. So he's kind of feeling the power that Tex has given him now. And as for this new hero, he's invulnerable. He can fly. He's bulletproof. He's able to shatter steel with his bare fists. Obviously, the experiment worked. They have created Dynaman. Yes, Dunbar has become Tex's version of an Uberman, a Superman, America's new fearless warrior against the fight of the Red Scare, as he promises that he will always do what's right for America, as Robot Man stands there, bodyguard to Tex, as they make plans for the future of Dunbar and the future of America. As they begin a back and forth, they say that he has one weakness. If he can be killed if his stamina is brought down, but his stamina is nearly unlimited, so the point is mute in their eyes. And as Dynaman says, tomorrow is ours. The fans are cheering, and this raises Tex's stock. Now, this is another hero. Apparently, he combines with his brother, and they become one superhero, his dead brother. But he has given all that up for riches in oil, land, property. As his brother, his ghost, appears to him and tells him to touch the birthmark. Let us become a hero again. Let us become something more. But his hero days are behind him, and he just wants a moment of peace. Meanwhile, our man, who has become addicted to his own pills, is stopping a robbery / almost attempted rape as he comes down and beats the crap out of these villains, feeling the rush of the pills, the rush of the power, the rush of the strength, as they hit him with a piece of wood and it just shatters on his body. And he can feel the power surging through him, coursing through his veins. And he begins to beat the unholy hell out of these guys. But something happens. His mind begins to move, shift, go into different places. And although his mind is causing him to see things that he's never seen before, hallucinations, he's still fighting, feeling like he's moving in slow motion. He still beats the hell out of these criminals. And he always thought that he wasn't addicted, that it was never the drugs, but he realizes that it is, and that he has become an addict to being both a superhero and the pills. Meanwhile, Tex is continuing his campaign, offering forgiveness for certain villains, like the Tigress, offering a new chance for them, a new opportunity, as he introduces him to the man that they were just talking to, Al. And he tells Robot Man to wear a tux, a suit, be a little more presentable, but Robot Man does not see the point in this. He does not consider himself human, but Tex tells him to go and mingle anyways. Meanwhile, the man with amnesia, the man with the dreams at night of an eagle being dissected in blood in the altar, is running from these men. And still he can hear that voice calling out to him as he's ducking and dodging, trying to find a way out. He's realized that he's being followed. As he pulls out a wrench, getting ready to bring the hammer down on this man, he realizes that it's his friend, someone who's tried to help him before. He only has partial amnesia. He remembers certain things and certain things he doesn't during the war. And now his friend's trying to help him. But he realizes how lost this man truly is. How lost he is in his visions. And how lost he is in his own forgotten past. As he tries to get him some help. Tries to get him some shelter. And tries to get him back to the heroes that will help him. They realize that they're being followed. It is the same men that have been following him and shooting at him for days, weeks on end. And he can hear that voice saying, can we trust this man? Can we? The other voice reminding him that at one point he was a hero. That he has more to give, more to offer. And as this car that's following them begins to shoot at him, trying to assassinate him again, he knows what he must do. He must become that hero, memory or not. He must do something to stop these men once and for all. As he jumps out almost by instinct, reflex, muscle memory, he grabs onto a beam and swings in valiantly, heroically, like a daredevil. As they yell, "Kill this man, kill this man," he bashes through the front of the window. As they begin to fire gun blasts, grabbing onto the gun, the man loses control of the car and it hits, spilling into the frozen river below. This man with a forgotten past and his assassins both fall into the icy dregs below as his friend yells, "No, no!" Slides down to see if there's anything left of his friend. If there's anything left of this man without a past. The man who sees visions. As he comes out from the ice, freezing, his friend throws his tie, saving his life. But he must make peace with his ghost inside of him. He must find out why he's being haunted. Meanwhile, a man takes a stamp in a book, stamps something and puts it away. His cape in the background. Another man of mystery. As Tex and the new Dunbar have a talk, and you see he's snorting cocaine, and they're planning their new plans. For this is a new Dunbar. He has changed. Something in him has gone awry, and they're making plans to rule the world. Specifically, he will rule the world. What's going on? We'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side.